Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone. In today's video, we are going to talk about basically getting traffic and getting people signed up for the webinar, the sales presentation that we've been talking about in the previous two videos. At the end of the day, you go through all of the work in creating the sales material and creating the presentation and creating the slide deck. We want to make sure that people are there to attend it, consume it, learn from it, and ultimately convert into your offer. That's what today's video is all about. Whether you are selling a coaching program, a consulting program, an offer, a digital product, a mastermind, whatever, you're going to need a slide deck. You're going to need a presentation of some sort. How that slide deck is delivered ultimately is a function of, who your customers are. Are they busy, account executives? Are they blue collar workers? Do they own a business? Are they preppers or survivalists? I mean, do they spend a lot of time in front of a computer? Do they not? These are all of the questions that you need to ask yourself in putting together this presentation, because in some cases, your presentation is going to go live, a couple times a day, 9 p.m. at night. Other times, it is going to be automated and start every 15 minutes. In other cases, you don't want any lag time and you want somebody to opt in for the presentation itself. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the best options that you have for driving traffic to your webinar, whether it's live or whether it's automated. But first, we need to recap the previous two videos. In the last two videos, we've gone through a pretty intensive process. We started by talking about ADA and the idea of selling to more than one person at a time. Then we moved into the creation process, where you discovered exactly how to write a sales webinar and what software to use. Today, we're going to talk about getting people on your webinar, and not just any people who represent your perfect target market, folks who are willing and able to buy what you're selling. Now, let's take a minute and clear something up. No matter what, traffic to your webinar registration page costs something. It either costs time or it costs money. One way or the other, you're paying for it. It just depends on what your currency is. The goal is to get as many people to your landing page and as many of those people signed up to your webinar as possible. Follow me so far? All right. If you don't have any advertising budget or any presence in your market, the process is pretty straightforward. Tap into as many of the social networks you have and ask your existing contacts to join you on your webinar. That could be Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, your blog, your email list, or your email client like Outlook, Gmail, etc. You're going to want to post status updates, send private messages, send personal emails. You'll be able to move quite a few of your contacts over to your webinar and your email list. Plus, you can hand tailor your approach on a case-by-case basis. Try to get as many folks signed up as possible and move forward with your webinar. Then you can use some of the proceeds from your webinar and roll it into paid traffic. If you have at least some advertising budget right now, you can supplement your social networks with paid traffic immediately by the end of the day. And really, you can start with as little as $5 a day. You don't need to have a whole lot of a budget. I usually start these campaigns with just $5 or $10 a day and then move up from there. The goal is to get as many folks signed up as possible for the least amount per lead. And really, if you're selling something through a webinar, $5 is pretty trivial. One sale might be worth $500 or $900 or $5,000 too. It just depends on what you're selling. You can afford to put some of the money into advertising if you're monetizing a medium to high ticket offer through a webinar. Plus, when you're working with paid traffic, you can scale as big as you want. There's so much traffic out there. Even if you had $10,000 a day to spend, you still couldn't get in front of even a fraction of the traffic out there in your market. Now comes the tricky part. There are 7 solid strategies for driving qualified people to your webinar registration page. Strategies that we use day in and day out in all of the different niches. Some of them involve relationships with list owners and affiliates, videos, and other things. For now, though, I want to get you started the right way fast. So in the last 6 to 9 months, paid traffic is totally different than what it was before. There's been a lot of changes in the ad platforms that have come up. So organic traffic is still awesome if you want to spend the time in writing blog posts, creating videos, all of that kind of stuff, engaging social followings, posting organic social media updates, that kind of thing. Paid traffic, however, has changed a lot. A lot of the stuff that was working on Facebook is not working so well. Facebook has moved to be a video-driven platform. So the ads that you put out really need to at least be in part, have some video. So the video engages prospects, and depending on how much of the video somebody watches, then you can retarget that prospect into an additional offer. And that retargeted ad might be an image-based ad. But you really need either live stream or upload a video in order to use Facebook really, really well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be full motion video like this. It can be a little bit of full motion video and then some B-roll video, overlaid over like an audio track. But the Facebook game has definitely changed. So now you are building an audience on Facebook's back, then advertising to a retargeted group of folks that then you're pulling off onto your website. So being that Facebook is basically running out of ad inventory and they're adding new different ways of advertising for people like us, now a lot of ads are story-based ads, which is different than the newsfeed format that we've grown to know and love. So that's kind of the difference with Facebook. It's not all bad though. Because Facebook has changed so much, we've actually moved a lot of our ad budget over to Google. And Google is just a very different kind of traffic. So if you think about it, Facebook is a interruption-based ad platform. You're scrolling through your news feed on your mobile device or on your desktop, and because of your interest, because there's something that you like, then that is what triggers the ad. So you're looking at like cat video, dog video, family video, and then boom, some video about your business. So it's all interruption based, which is very effective for some things. But because Facebook took away so many of the targeting options that we grew to love, as advertisers, because of privacy policies and all that other stuff, we've moved a lot of people over to Google. Now, Google is a different kind of traffic because it's search intent based, it's search based. So if somebody goes to Google and types something into Google, then they are looking for a solution to their problem. Well, that solution should be your webinar. It should be your presentation. Whether they, hit a page and opt in for it, they hit a sales page or whatever with your deck on it. Google is about solving problems. It is about answering questions. That's the primary difference between Google and Facebook. Facebook is interruption-based, Google is search-based. So depending on your marketing, depending on your avatar, the person you're targeting, your prospect, you might find more in Google or you might find more in Facebook. So you just have to think about who your possible buyer is and how you're going to get in front of them. Where are they? Are they, searching for a solution on Google, or do they need to be interrupted, by an ad in Facebook? And then that will inform the decision of where you want to go, drive some paid traffic. So if you'd like some help on finding traffic for your audience, whether it's organic traffic or paid traffic, or what ad platforms that you should be using, or where you should be spending your ad budget, then we're happy to help. Just click the button underneath this video, start a project, and we will be able to answer all of those kinds of questions for you. Now, the next video is going to come out in the next couple days. And in video number 4, I'm going to show you a way to go live faster. You'll learn how you can get your webinar launched and selling more quickly with more traffic than you know what to do with, getting more leads, converting more attendees, and selling a lot more products and services. We're also going to talk a bit about the extreme upper end of the sales spectrum, where you get fully qualified leads scheduling calls with you. Plus, I'll show you a way to get all of this done for you. That video is going to be ready in a couple days, and I will send you an email once it's up. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.